wanted to talk to you today about the Sonic BaitFish. The Sonic BaitFish is a very unique lure in our fishing industry. It's unique in many ways, but primarily because the line can be attached to 3 different areas on your lure. You can attach it to the nose or to the tail for flutter, or for vibration you can attach it directly to the top of the back. Now I want to show you when to use the Sonic BaitFish when it's attached to the back. This is only for calm water or slow moving water. I want that line going straight vertical, straight down. If it starts angling off, then you have to change your hook position to either the nose or to the tail. When it's attached to the nose, it can be fished anyway: casting, trolling, vertical jigging, swim jigging, speed jigging. But you need to have calm water for it to effectively fish when it's attached to the top of the back. Let's see, we're in 21 feet of water here, and I'm going to show you 3 different techniques when using it attached to the back. It's the lazy man's technique, the twitching technique, and the rapid twitching technique. You can see I only have one single hook. And this is because anytime I'm fishing in heavy vegetation, to eliminate or minimize snags, I'll use the single hook. The fish generally are pretty persistent in trying to get this bait, so a single hook usually would do it. Now basically I'm dropping it down to the bottom until I have slack line. Once I get the slack, I'll reel down to the surface of the water and give it 1 crank. 1 crank equals 2 feet on the retrieve. And basically we'll do the lazy man's technique. Straight up, you can really feel that vibration. Just drop it and hold. I had a little hit there. What it's doing when it's attached to the back is that lure, unlike conventional metal jigs, that lure is hanging horizontal. And even though you may have calm water, the water will have a little current to it, and that lure is actually mimicking a live bait fish. Okay, lift, 5 or 6 foot lifts, drop it back and hold. The other thing about the Sonic, see that? I wasn't doing anything. It's a rock greenling. Anytime I release fish, I don't touch the fish, so I don't disturb the protective mucus layer on the skin, which will lead to infection and subsequent death. This is a great way to fish for kids. It's a great substitute when you can't find bait. This is the closest thing to fishing with natural bait, because you're just holding it in the current. Again, the line is straight up and straight down. When it tails off, it doesn't work as well. When it's attached to the top of the back, you can't cast it, you can't troll it. It's meant strictly for straight up and straight down vertical jigging. Can't get much lazier than this. And you notice I'm using very few of my body parts. This is great when your buddies that are trollers or drifters are complaining about the fishing going dead because it's dead still. Water's not moving. This is the time to use the Sonic BaitFish attached to the top of the back. Now, the other 2 ways you can fish the Sonic BaitFish, this is the lazy man's technique, as I said before. Try to find out what they want. I just had 3 hits there. Bam, bam, bam. Find out what they want. They want the lazy man's way. We call it dead sticking after the bait falls through the water column. Or give it maybe a few jerks, rapid jerks. Sometimes this will trigger the fish, and other times this will spook them. So let the fish let the fish tell you what they want. And then the third step, just like in ice fishing, is you go ahead and give it just little twitches. Just like that. Now practice with this lure where you can see it. You don't need much movement of your rod to really get that lure working. It has a hair trigger action. Okay, we'll get back to the old lazy man's way. Now my main line is braided line. Braided line is very, very soft, so you don't tie braided line directly to your lure. You need about 2 to 3 feet of either clear monofilament line or any other line that's a lot stiffer. And this will keep the lure from fouling. So always use a leader when you're using braided line, whether it's fluorocarbon or clear mono. If your main line is monofilament, then you don't have to worry about it because of the stiffness, and it prevents the hook to line fouling. Generally, if you're getting hook to line fouling, it's because you're working the lure too fast. As I said before, it has a hair trigger action. This thing is really, really, you don't need much rod movement to get this lure in motion. Okay, lift, drop, and hold. Usually your strikes will come as the lure falls and then settles. Well, anyway, I think you've got the idea. On those calm days, attach it to the top of the back. And if you're not fishing the Sonic BaitFish, you're missing a lot of fun, a lot of action. You'll catch anything in freshwater, saltwater. Freshwater, I love fishing for walleyes, smallmouth bass, lake trout, saltwater, salmon. Believe it or not, this little lure was caught this past year. Chinook salmon up to 30 pounds. You give it a couple of fast lifts and then hold it and see what happens. We got a pretty dead tide right now. And always remember to check your hook point. If you're missing fish, check your hook point in your thumbnail, not your skin. It'll always feel sharp in your skin. And if it's not, if it's dull, it's not sticking into your thumbnail, then take a fine-tooth file and just lightly touch it up on all 3 hook points. Okay, I think that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope these tips help in making your fishing success that much more enjoyable. So long for now.